Welcome back to MMA Oddsbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Trigg in Las Vegas, Nevada. And where are you right now?
I'm still in Kansas City right now.
Oh, still in Kansas City. James Krause. Typical Krause style.
Yeah.
2-week notice on a fight, and you're fighting a salty character in Sam Stout. It's not like you're taking a tomato can. You jumped right into the fire.
Yeah, why not?
Really? Why not? It's
Yeah.
the Super Bowl MMA. It's the biggest venue. It's all of us as fighters. That's where we want to be right now. Is in that pinnacle spot, and you're like, yeah, whatever. It's okay. I'm good.
I mean, really, it's kind of it's kind of what I have to do. I think. I don't think the UFC is going to sign me just to sign me. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a fight like this. And what's really cool about this actually is Joe Silva called me probably I don't know, I would say a month ago, and he said, will you take this fight? It was on the Melendez and Henderson card. And I was like, man, I want to. It was against Norman Park. And I said I wanted to. It was 28 pounds in 6 days. I've done that before. I fought like crap. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pass. But if you call me back, I'm going to be ready. I went straight into a fight camp, and I said if it was 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years, I was going to just keep in a camp until they called me. And I wasn't going to take any other fights. And, I was just ready. So here we are a month later. I've been in a fight camp, and 6 weeks will be, and at fight time, 6 weeks will be my fight camp, and I'm in great shape. My weight's good. I'm ready to roll, man.
Speaking of weight, you said it's good. What's good mean? Where are you at?
This morning I left the gym at 167.
Oh, okay. So you are good. All right.
Yeah.
Because James Krause good is not the rest of the world good. Like you walk in like, yeah, dude, I'm at 173. I'm fine. Like, no, dude. Like you're not fine. Like you're 2 weeks away from you're a week away from making weight. Like there's no way that's fine. But you're good. You're good, man. All right. Stout was practicing for a 5'9" guy that doesn't use his length very well. All of a sudden, he's got a 6'2" guy that knows how to use his long-reaching jab. He's watched tons of tape on you. What do you think Stout's going to try to do to stop you?
I don't know, man. If history repeats itself, he really doesn't change much in his fights. He kind of does the same thing every fight. And I think I change it up pretty well. I'm comfortable everywhere. Like we talked about in the past, I've really been working on my wrestling. I know I know he is a tough dude. I know I'm probably not going to go in there and head kick him, in the first 10 seconds. And I know I'm in for a fight. I know I'm in for, hopefully fight of the night. I know I'm ready for a war, man. I'm going to walk in there. And I think me and Sam have a pretty similar style in the sense that we're both volume punchers, you know what I mean? We both throw a lot of punches. And this definitely isn't a knock on Sam, but neither one of us really have crazy knockout power, you know what I mean? We're not knocking very many people out with the hands. Both of us have knockouts. So, I'm going in for a war. I'm coming forward, and man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I think it's a great matchup, really, and I just think it's impossible for this fight to be boring. And as long as the fans win, I'm happy, man.
I like to say two things. One, that I feel like I've watched you grow. Like I commentated your fights. I've interviewed you. This is our 5th interview, I think, together now. And now you're in the UFC, and you go from legitimately in the minor leagues, like the let's be honest, the bottom of the minor leagues, to all of a sudden now you're in the big league, and you took that risk. Like Joe Silva tells everybody that's on roster, be ready be within 4 weeks of a fight, because you legitimately are going to get a phone call, and you did that. You got the phone call. Now you're ready to go. The second thing is that whenever I interview you and I ask you about your opponent, your voice goes up about an octave and a half. Do you realize that? Every single time you get real high pitched whenever you're talking about your opponent. It's is that a worry mechanism? Is it a confidence mechanism? Like, what is it? Because I've even seen you in post-fight interview, because I've done them with you, where you're like, hey, look at the big screen, take us through this finish, and you're like, bang, your voice goes up an octave and a half.
I think it's just exciting, man. I'm just so happy to be here now, and like I said, I mean, if I do it every time, I'm on a 7-fight win streak, so I don't think it's a worry 7 times in a row. I just get excited, man. I'm so happy to be where I am right now, and I've worked so hard, and it really means a lot. I think I've grown a ton. It means a lot that people are really seeing how far I've grown, especially a guy like you, So it's really cool for people to notice my growth, because I've been working really hard to get better and really take this next step, and I think I'm there, man. I really do. So I get excited talking about it because I worked so hard to get here, and I can't be any happier right now.
Did you do your entire training camp right there in Kansas City, or did you float around a little bit?
Yeah, no, I did it here. I only had 2 weeks, so I just kind of I hung out in Kansas City, and I've been getting with some good guys. We have some really good guys in our gym. We have I think 3 or 4 UFC fighters in our gym alone now in Kansas City, in my gym alone now.
Who's that?
Me, Tim Elliott, Zach Cummings, and then probably one more that you'll hear about here soon.
Oh, he just signed?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay, yeah, good. You can say it. No one watches this. No one knows. It's fine. No one will pay attention to it. Gets you in trouble before you even get started.
I know. I'll get fired.
Okay, best case scenario. You win this fight, and they call you up and they go, hey, look, you got 8 weeks. What are you going to do for an 8-week training camp? Stay all in Kansas City now for the entire time? You going to float around? What are you going to do?
I'll probably go back to Rufus Sport, man. Those guys are really cool out there. They always welcome me. I love their style. They're into that, really creative striking style. It's almost where like there's no wrong answers. If you're gonna do this, you have to do this with it, and that's what I'm all about, man. I made a lot of mistakes. Mistakes that coaches early on told me that I was doing wrong, and I still do them. Like switching my feet a lot, and I think it's a big part of my success as of late is being able to constantly switch stances and keep people, guessing all of the time. So it's worked out to be an advantage. And Rufus Duke really embraces stuff like that. And I just like their style, man. They're hard workers, really creative, and good game planners too.
Let's not forget with Askren, both Pettis brothers, and one of those 3 guys is always getting ready for a fight. Sergio Pettis is getting ready to fight in RFA, I believe, coming up here in a couple of weeks. So. I mean, it's obviously a great place to be. And it's too bad you couldn't make it over there for this training camp because it was so short notice. But yeah, that's actually a really good spot up there. I'm getting more and more impressed with them as I see those guys fight. Coming out of Sam Stout, do you think this is going to be both of you are training already, both of you are in shape. Like you said, neither one of you have that one-punch knockout power, but you do know how to knock guys out. Do you think this is going to be one of those, if you had to analyze it from my side of the table, do you think it's going to be a 3-round war or do you think it's going to go home early?
I think 3 rounds, for sure, I think.
Fight of the night?
What's that?
Fight of the night?
I do. 100%.
Yeah. On your card, I'm looking at it. The only way you guys get overshadowed is by the Evans-Dan Henderson fight. Both those guys will bring it. They'll get really, really, Dan will get beat up a little bit. Evans will come back. Like, he's real athletic. That's the only way I think that you guys can get beat for Fight of the night. Really, is because those 2 guys are just 2 bigger names.
Yeah, I think me and Sam are going to go out and put a lot of punches on the table, man. And I think... oh man, I've dreamed this so many times in my head. I wish I could project this to you, man. I just think I just don't see any other way around it. If it goes the distance, I think we're a shoo-in for Fight of the night, man. I think me and Sam are gonna bring it to each other. I'm hungry, man. I'm so hungry for it, man. I can't tell you how much I want this, bro. And I know he's had a lot of fights in there, and he's a veteran, and he's got to know I'm coming for him. If he doesn't, he's not a very smart guy. But I think he knows. I think he knows, that I'm ready for this and I'm hungry. This definitely isn't a thing I'm doing. 2 weeks I'm actually, I'm coming. I can't tell you how ready I am for this.
I actually did interview him, and he thinks the same thing. He does think that you guys are gonna be Fight of the night, and he really does believe that you guys that he knows that you're hungry and you're coming after him. But speaking of hunger, how's the pay? Did they actually? Because I knew you were making in the minor leagues. Did they up your number coming into the UFC, or are you still in that same rate but getting better sponsors?
You know what? They're actually they're paying me pretty well, more than I thought I would get paid, really.
Yeah.
And I'm doing well on sponsors. And they're putting me on the FX card, and I know it's not because of me. They're doing it for Sam, and I'm okay with that, man. I can't. I would have done it for free. If they would have asked me, said, me, man. I'm all about the sport, man. I love this game, and I love the opportunity. I would have taken this fight for free, and I mean that 100%. But no, they're taking care of me, man, and just opens up so many more doors for me. I think so many more opportunities when you're in the UFC. Just stupid things. People are they want to pay me to come watch the fights at their bar or whatever. Just little dumb things that I would never even think of, and it just opens so many doors for me. I'm so happy to be here, man.
All right, last thing before I let you out of here, besides your fight and the Henderson Evans fight, what's the other fight on the card that you would, if you could be a fan in the seats, that you would want to see?
Well, it was Shogun Little Nog, and then it was Shogun Chael, and now that that's gone, Uh, I gotta say, I gotta go with the other Missouri guy on the card, Woodley, man. I gotta support him, and I gotta stick by my Missouri guys, and hopefully he does well.
I can't wait. I actually get to interview Tyron either late tonight or first thing in the morning. He's traveling back, so I'm really excited about interviewing him because I've always been a big fan of his when he was wrestling at Missouri University, and now that I got to kind of hang out with him a little bit, he came out to Vegas and trained for a couple weeks. It's what a good dude, like what a really good
Yeah, he's
dude.
such an
So
awesome dude. He even took the time out to, on one of my Facebook posts, took the time out to congratulate me, and that's what's really cool, man. A lot of these guys that I didn't even know who the hell, I had no idea that they knew who the hell I was. Taking the time out to congratulate me with, and he's one of them. So to me, that is just awesome. I had no idea that Tyron even knew I existed. So that's pretty cool.
you wait, you're gonna see how many more fans you actually have once they see you on a big stage. And this is one, and I said one more question before I let you out of here, but this is what I asked Sam Stout too. Both you guys are really nice guys. And in the ring, outside the ring, it's the same thing you get. You don't have like that switch where you're like,
Yeah.
violent and vicious in the cage, and then all of a sudden you step outside and you're like this opposite nice guy. The guy I'm getting right now in this interview is the same guy that's going to fight Sam Stout. You're going to finish
Yeah.
him. You're looking to finish. You're looking to hurt him. You're looking to get out of there unscathed, but you're still a nice guy. It seems like now the trend in the UFC is everyone that's playing a heel, the pro wrestling heel, the bad guy, are getting all the great fights. They're getting all the great endorsements. Everyone kind of likes that heel guy, unless you're a GSP, a Jose Aldo,
Yeah.
a John Jones who are winning anyway. But everybody else is kind of getting the heel guy. You're never going to be a heel. It's just not your style. Do you think, even though you're not going to change your way, do you think that's kind of hurting you right now with some of your pay and some of the fights and not getting into UFC sooner?
Maybe. And my thing is I really don't care. One of the things that I think is attributed to my recent success is my mental game and really focused on becoming a better person, and not just a better person, but a mentally stronger person. And I've made leaps and bounds in that area, and I think I've matured a lot over the past year or two. So, whether what they want or not, I'm not going to sell out, man. And that's cool that you said that about Sam, because I really don't know Sam outside of watching him on TV and stuff. So that's awesome to hear that he's a really cool guy. But I'm okay with getting paid a little bit less and getting the less fights, I guess, and sticking to my guns and being me. You know what I mean? I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I love Chael Sonnen and I love what he does, but you're never gonna see me do that stuff. You know what I mean? That's just it's not my style. It would be robotic. Like, oh, I'm gonna beat him up real bad. It just would sound idiotic for me to say it. So no, I mean I'm gonna stick to where I'm at, and I like I like where I'm at. I like what I've done, and if it hurts me a little bit, I'm okay with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is MMA Oddsbreaker. That is the James Krause fighting at UFC 161. And I'm telling you, if you are going to watch this card, you've got to watch him on FX. This is the one guy, every card, there's always that one guy that no one's really heard of and not really sure what they're doing that you got to kind of pay attention to. That's the guy. I've seen him for years. I follow this guy. I commentated, like I said earlier, interviewed him forever. I'm telling you guys, this is the guy you got to watch. You will be very surprised at how well he does in his debut at the UFC.
Ah, thanks, Frank. Man, that means so much to me. You have no idea, bro.
You got it. Well, keep riding the storm, man, and good luck next week, man. I can't wait to see it.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much, Frank.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
Later, bro.